Hello viewers, and welcome to this special edition of Invest Rwanda. In this episode, we sit down with Rwanda's Minister of Infrastructure, Dr. Jimmy Gasore, to discuss the country's revised urbanization policy and the newly launched digital platform for building permits. Let's follow the conversation. Rwanda has just launched the Kubaka platform as a key reform in building permit management. I just want to know from you, can you let us know how this system changes and addresses the challenges of the previous system?
Yes, we launched the Kubaka building permit system. It builds on lessons learned from the previous BPMIS, Building Permit Management Information System. There were a number of issues or room for improvement that has been improved in the new system. Among others was the manual process of verification, whether the development is aligned with the master plans. The manual process for checking with different government systems, for example, verification of taxes, compliance, verification of identities. And the other improvement was about the visibility, the user, the owner of the plot, being able to see the process from the start to finish. In the past, it was only reserved for the engineers who is leading the application. Even ensuring that there is an approval of the building owner through the process, even before issuing the permit. Second is the improvement, technical improvement in terms of system architecture. The traffic, the demand for the system was growing very, very fast, and the system could not keep up. And adding new technologies like AI or satellite-based imagery now is integrated in the current system and is very scalable even for the future system, so we don't have today.
Now, I want to know the impact this system is expected to have, especially in sectors of construction and real estate. And in terms of, particularly in terms of time and cost savings for developers and permitting officers.
Yes, the whole point was designed to improve the service delivery, especially by automating most of the decisions. It gives little rooms for human error or even human malpractices, because compliances is all checked by the system, between systems. There is master plan compliances, there is tax compliances, there are environmental assessment compliance, identity compliance. Everything is automated. Initial data is telling us that it took 3 hours for the applicant to complete in the previous system. Now it's taking less than 10 minutes. That's for the user side. Even for the backend, the side of the district and city authorities, it is becoming much faster because most of the decisions are automated and straightforward. No need to leave your office and go to the tax office to get a certificate, come back and upload. Now it's all automated. The system talks to the system and becomes straightforward.
Now, there's been an issue of quality and safety. How does this platform improve these issues and addresses these challenges?
It greatly improved the safety and the quality of constructions, especially ensuring that the construction adhere to the master plan. That's very key. Second, the system ensures that only compliant engineers are able to lodge application, and it really links with the system of engineers and the database of architects to ensure that only active and compliant can lodge the application. And second, we are also in parallel with the City of Kigali looking at the inspection, strong satellite-supported inspection, to ensure that even during the construction, there is an eye and on the process.
Of course, we still want to know about other projects in the pipeline, especially working with agencies like RHA, REG, and WASAC, that further enhances service delivery and operational efficiency.
Yes, especially we are overhauling the systems at WASAC, internal processes and external user-facing processes. For example, WASAC is moving the payment system to Irembo, even application systems. And that's really the main focus for us today. And REG, we don't have major user-facing system planned, but the internal processes and systems are also on the way. For the housing sector, the major one is this one we launched today. It's a home-developed, home-built. So we expect to add more features as its system grows. But other major system is planned in the urbanization sector.
In the 2024 World Bank's Business Ready report, Rwanda ranks first on the African continent. So I want to know from you how critical is infrastructure digitization, such as this system, in maintaining and improving these rankings?
We expect that this system will improve the ranking of Rwanda. As we see, most of the investors we see in the country are linked with infrastructure and the housing at some limits. So with streamlining the user experience, even the user interface, and we are now working with the Rwanda Development Board, RDB, to integrate the one-stop center at RDB with this system, so that the user who doesn't know the existence of the Kubaka, but is received at RDB, will have all the necessary windows and the interface within the RDB one-stop center. And this will greatly improve the Rwandan standing in doing business reports.
Of course, stepping a little bit away from the new system that was rolled out, let's look at the new urbanization policy. Tell us more about this policy and what it tends to achieve.
Yes, new urbanization policy that was approved by Cabinet in February 2025 is updating the urbanization policy that was in place since 2015. It also learned from the past experience, and it streamlined the pillars and interventions, especially the aspect of coordination, where the plan is to strengthen the capacity of cities and districts when it comes to urban planning and urban management. It put on focus the aspect of densification and inclusion, ensuring that citizens are not pushed out of the city boundaries by gentrification, but ensuring that the neighborhoods are developed, including the people who were already in those unplanned settlements. There is aspect of livability, ensuring that we have a green space, we have pedestrian walks, we have bikes lanes in the cities that is inclusive for everyone. And lastly, the economic growth on the side of citizens, as well as increasing the capacity of cities and cities and municipalities in terms of delivering infrastructure, which is key to urban development.
Speaking of gentrification, we might have to look also about affordable housing. How far has Rwanda come, and what plans under this urbanization policy to ensure that majority of the people have these affordable houses?
Yes, this is very key, and it's central actually to our planning. When I meant inclusivity, that's what I meant, is to ensure that there are buildings that are housing that are affordable and accessible to the people, low-income people. In the past, it was just ideas and studies, but at least now we have already piloted and at a scale some of the ideas on how we can build housing, they can develop housing that are appropriate, that are dense in the city, but can also accommodate all levels of income. So we have already tested the rehousing model, which consists of building houses and giving units proportionally to what they have before to the people who were living in the same unplanned settlements. It's already tried a process, and citizens are loving it. Now we are in the process of scaling that to ensure that no one is left behind as we build our cities.
Minister, before I let you go, we just want to know from you, of course, other major projects in the pipeline from the ministry and what we should be expecting this year or in the few years to come.
So there are a lot in the pipeline when it comes to our ministry. Of course, our focus now is to increase energy generated in the country. So we have a number of projects in that. We focus on settlements, urban and rural settlements. Now we are working hard to ensure that rural settlements are appropriate and are not taking up all the land that should be used for agriculture. One of our focus also is rural accessibility, to ensure that we have sufficient rural roads to link the agriculture product with the market, and to link people with centers of interest like schools and hospitals and markets. And there are also a focus on sustainability to ensure that our infrastructure we develop is done in a way that is sustainable and resilient to climate change, among others.
Well, that was the Minister of Infrastructure, Dr. Jimmy Gasore, highlighting how Rwanda continues to transform its urban landscape with infrastructure remain key to inclusive growth. Thanks for following the conversation and stay tuned to CNBC Africa. See you next time.